What's up, guys? Today we're back with a video on how to wheelie. So first off, here come close. First off, you're gonna need your rear brake right here. You don't have this? That's scary. And I'm working with cable brakes right now. So my brakes, they're like hella dialed for cable brakes. But if you have hydraulic brakes, you're chilling. But with these brakes, just don't go as fast and you should be good. Alright, so second step after your brakes are dialed is checking what gear you're in. So for me, I wheelie in 4th gear, but I'm more of an advanced wheelier. I don't know what it's called, but I'm more of an advanced rider. So if I were you, I would start in like gear 2 or 3 maybe, because it's easier to pop it up. It's not as easy to keep it going, but it's easier to pop it up. So that goes on to our next segment where I'm going to teach you how to pop it up. Pop it up. You're going to want to not have too much speed, but you want to be at that speed where you can still pedal, but then you can still pop it up. So, like for me, I usually go from around this speed, but for that lower gear, you're going to want to go slow. So when you pop it up, you want to get to your foot that you feel stronger in pushing, and you're going to get to like the top of your rotation right here, and then you're just going to push down on your forks, and then you're going to pull back and press into the pedal, and it'll just pop up like that. Alright, so once you have all those steps, we're going to combine it together, and it should look something like this. It's gonna take a couple of tries, but once you get it to that balance point, then you're gonna want to press your brake. If you don't press your brake, you're gonna do what's called looping out, is when you go too far back. You're gonna be able to feel when you go too far back. It's kind of like when you're going on a fast road and you go down a big hill, you feel your gut shifting. When you're going too far back, you'll feel that same feeling. So then you'll know, you just have to trust your brakes. You have to know that you gotta press your brake, and then when you press your brake, it'll bring you down forward. But don't stop pedaling during this sequence. This entire time you're pedaling, but when you go too far back, you press the brake, you're still pedaling, it brings you back down, and then you keep pedaling, and you just play in between that balance point. When you get good at that, you might see yourself chasing the wheelie, and what that means is when you're not at that balance point, but you're pedaling super fast to get up to the balance point, but you never actually do. And so all that means is you're just accelerating while in a wheelie. So when what you want to do is you want to have straight arms. So when you're wheeling, you have straight arms, you're leaning back, and you just have to trust the brake. That's the main thing to remember, is just trust the brake. If your brakes are good, then you'll be fine. But when you are chasing the wheelie, you'll be around right at this angle, and you're just going to be pedaling. You're just going to keep going. But when you pedal to the point where you're right here, then you want to press the brake, and you just play right here. You just play in between here. It's what you call feathering the brake. Just lightly tapping it to get yourself right in that balance point. And when you get in the balance point, you're still going to play. There is no point where you just balance. That's not going to happen. You just have to feather. So you just have to trust your brakes and not chase the wheel. Alright, where you going? So basically, this is a day 1 right here. He has no clue what he's doing. This is his first day.
Wait, whenever I'm wheeling, do I push the back brake or the front brake?
And I'm going to try and get him to the point where he's almost looping, but pressing the brake. Alright, so your first step, what gear are you in? Alright, so he's in 2nd gear. Alright, so what foot, are you like goofy or are you normal stance? Okay, so when you're popping up, press your front brake, or your front pedal, which is your right one for you, will be at the top of the rotation. And then when you get there, compress your forks, like you have to, and then explode backwards while pushing down on the base pedal. Alright, let's try that. Okay, get some speed. No, keep that quite yet. See, he's got it up. See? Okay, so here, he's about a week or two of experience, so he's a little better. But you saw Eli behind the camera. He almost got to the balance point, but he didn't get there quite yet. So it's just going to be all about practice. It's going to take time. You're not going to see progress really fast. For me, it took me about, 7 months before where I'm at right now. You just have to practice. You just got to lock in and you just got to keep going. So for Gabe, he's about 2 weeks in, so there's going to be a dramatic improvement between him and Eli. All right, let's see it. See, he's already at his balance point, and now he just has to balance in between that point. Alright, so when you find yourself popping it up to that point, you're going to be pedaling really fast to keep it at that point since you're in a lower gear. When you're at that point, bump it up 1 gear, and then try. You'll feel you're going faster, but it's also a lot harder to pop it up to that point. But Alright, so when you're chasing it, you're going to want to bump it up a gear like I just said. But then you're also going to feel that tendency to go one way or the other. The faster you're going, the easier it is to balance. It's kind of like riding a bicycle normally. When you're going faster, it just kind of auto balances for you. So for same reason for this, right now you're just going to want to practice popping it up and keeping it at that balance point. You're not gonna be very impressed with yourself, but once you start getting better at it, you're gonna bump it up more gears, and once you get to about 4th gear, that's where I would max out. That's the perfect spot for me. 4th or 5th gear is the perfect spicy spot, and that allows you to be able to balance still and not going too fast, but then it also lets you have easier side-to-side balance. So when you're going slower, you'll definitely notice you're going to want to lean one way or lean the other way. But when you're going faster in that higher gear, it'll be just kind of like cruise control. You're just going to tap it, you're just going to be feathering the brakes, and you're just going to keep pedaling. You're going to keep pedaling for the entire sequence. You're just going to feather the brakes, and after practice, you'll get it.